I think Dennis's thought was, hey, he's here. I can keep an eye on him. It's closer here, right? And I originally wanted him to come in on Sunday at the latest. And but Dennis was kind of like, he's here, he's settled in. We're only a few hours away, which I thought, okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, you still got to go to the grocery store and get this and that and get running around. And it's stressful. You know what I mean?
Well, that story kind of backfired on you, huh, Dennis? The other day, I broke the story about Big Rami's dents being fixed, and it looks like he's going to be coming into the Arnold Classic looking a whole lot better from the front. Now, his coach, Chad Nichols, appeared on the Olympia TV YouTube channel and spoke about this, and we're going to hear what he had to say about Big Rami's physique. And trust me, you want to hear what he has to say about Big Rami coming into the Arnold Classic this year. Quick reminder, the Arnold Classic is literally a week away from now, and the only way to watch is if you guys buy the pay-per-view. And one other thing, guess who's doing the commentary with me at the Arnold? Phil Heath. So go pick up that pay-per-view right now, use that code NickBS10, and make sure you guys are there on time because we're gonna have a blast Friday and Saturday night at the Arnold Classic. ArnoldSports.com. All right, so Chad Nichols appeared on Olympia TV for an interview and spoke very open, very honest, and very transparent about where Big Rami's at physique-wise. So this is the first clip.
We went back and kind of, dug deep, went in and kind of looked at what he needed to work on. A lot of the things, obviously, everybody knows the leg issues, the back issues, tricep issues. And then also, again, we had to revamp all of his posing, change things around and stuff. It was kind of, one of those things where it kind of regenerated a little bit of, I don't know, excitement for both of us. I think that he was very hungry. He felt, very, kind of disappointed in, obviously the outcome and how he performed at the Olympia.
And Big Rami taking 5th place at the Olympia had to have been a really tough pill to swallow, considering he won the Olympia the previous 2 years and won it fairly easily. And I think that is probably the hardest part for Big Rami, going from winning to 5th place and to losing to people he never lost to and probably didn't think he would lose to anytime soon. But it does sound like Big Rami is in good spirits and hungry for another win and his first Arnold Classic Ohio title.
So he's had the stem cell done. Obviously, that's not going to be something that's going to be 100% by the Arnold, but there will be some key areas that it's noticeable in. So I think the back is improved, maybe 20%. I think it's back to where it was, probably was in 2020. Tricep about the same. So I think those things are a little bit improved from this last year at the Olympia. Big difference will be the legs. So everybody saw that he had the little divots and indentions in the legs. Those are completely gone. So those are completely gone. The lines are completely deep and lined up all the way to the hip.
All right, so there you go. You got confirmation now on the story I broke the other day. Big Rami's quads from the front are going to look pretty much perfect now. And we haven't seen 100% Big Rami from the front in quite some time. So it looks like we're in for something special at the Arnold Classic. And I'm super happy that I was able to fix those dents. Now the back, the triceps, I told you guys on the video I did that I didn't see too much drastic improvement there, but they are getting better. There's definitely a difference, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for you guys because you're pretty harsh critics out there. And listen, I'm no pushover either, but I understand it's a work in progress and these things take time. But you know what? I got something that doesn't take any time at all. All it takes is a few minutes to go online and buy it at oldschoollabs.com. Blast Max. It's Old School Labs' pre-workout for people that take their training serious, that want results now. Because as soon as you open this up and you take that first sip of Blast Max, you're gonna feel it in your body. You're gonna have the pumps you always dreamed of. Can't wait to have that huge chest pump in the gym, my bicep pump. I'm gonna go out and look huge. That's what Blast Max is gonna do for you. And it works every time the same way. Go pick it up at oldschoollabs.com. Don't forget to save money and support the channel using code NickBS. You guys are welcome. And let me know if you guys have tried it below in the comments.
After cardio, this is yesterday. So after cardio yesterday, I guess it would be today, he was 310 pounds. He will, without a doubt, be bigger than he's been ever since I've been training for sure.
Now, Big Rami's weight, 310. You know what I realized? Big Rami's weight is irrelevant. And he's like the only bodybuilder I think I could say that about. It doesn't matter if Big Rami's 280 or 320. He always looks like a cartoon character. And I really can't say that about anyone else that I know on the bodybuilding circuit right now. So Big Rami, to me, the weight is irrelevant. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how his quads look, his back looks, and his tricep look. And I'm looking forward to him getting redemption at the Arnold Classic and possibly his first Arnold Classic Ohio title.
Even when, he was done, I mean, he was still doing cardio, even when he didn't know if he was going to do the Arnold.
All right, so Chad is commenting on Big Rami's off-season conditioning. And what's really surprising is what he weighs in the off-season versus what he weighs on stage. Wait till you hear what he has to say.
So he was still doing cardio. The only thing that he really changed was, he was following the diet. He won't really cheat on a lot of bad foods. He'll throw in bread because he really likes bread, but he'll throw in, just more of what he's normally eating. And so he was in really good shape. I mean, we came down, maybe 20 pounds, and that was about it.
Now, if you guys know bodybuilding like I do, fluctuating only 20 pounds when you're a 300 pound plus bodybuilder is absolutely nutty. And Big Rami deserves a lot of credit for that. That just shows you how disciplined and strict he is with his diet in the offseason and how serious this guy takes his bodybuilding career. 20 pounds? Guys, 20 pounds is what women fluctuate for bikini division. Because the more you weigh, this is factual, the more weight you're gonna fluctuate because obviously your body holds on to water differently, you hold on to more body fat, and there's just more mass. So that Rami only loses 20 pounds to get in shape for a bodybuilding show it's unheard of. It literally is unheard of. Usually bodybuilders, most, I should say, not all, they're like 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds before they get on stage. They lose.
Do you think that also impacted his cortisol level? He's holding a little bit of water.
100%. So here's kind of one of the things. So like Chris will know that I like people to be there like a week early. So like when I was working with Chris and stuff, they were there Saturday, Sunday before the show.
So now Chad is going into what happened at the Olympia. Because in the beginning of this interview, if you guys watch it, the link's below, he talks about how everything went wrong at the Olympia. And this was one of the major factors that Chad is contributing to why Big Rami did not look good at the Olympia.
You get there, you still got to run around and get your food and get settled in and all of this kind of stuff. You got to kind of, you're out of your element. So you're trying to get kind of in sync, and all laid out. They didn't get there until Tuesday evening. And so we're trying to run around and get everything done. He's training at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's trying to rest, but now we're getting ready to go into the week. So we have the athletes meeting and we have all this kind of stuff. We're still training late. So we were all over the place. What ends up happening, one of the worst kind of problems that we had.
All right, so typically bodybuilders usually arrive about 5 to 7 days before a bodybuilding show. So they get used to where they are and their body has to adjust to the temperature, the weather, the humidity, everything. You got to find a grocery store, you got to find a gym, you got to set up your little kitchen if you're in a hotel room. There's a lot to get organized. So that's why you need time. Plus the athletes meeting, all the press you have to do before the show, especially a show like the Olympia. This is one of the reasons why Big Rami's cortisol was through the roof and he was stressing really hard. And it caused him to be constipated. So this is what Chad had to say about that.
Tommy starts getting stressed out. It just kind of is like he kind of goes off, and it just kind of everything kind of goes off. Yes, and so what ended up happening was he hadn't went to the bathroom since Monday. Before the show. And so
suppositories. I used to live on those things before a bodybuilding show because I had the same issue. Now, I wasn't stressed at all, but when I start minimizing my water intake, 0 bathroom movements, like 0. And I unfortunately had to shove those suppositories up, all the time for bodybuilding shows. And it was very uncomfortable. And honestly, it was the worst part of peak week, not being able to go to the bathroom because it hurt. And you got distended, and you got bloated. And as soon as you go to the bathroom, you're like shredded.
So we keep thinking okay, everything's going to go. And we're taking things to make sure that he can go to the bathroom. And we're banking on the fact that he's going to go to the bathroom. He doesn't end up going to the bathroom until 2 hours before prejudging, which ended up becoming a disaster for us.
Now, if you ever done a show before, keeping your bowel movements correct is more important than anything. Because if you're not going to the bathroom, you're gonna have some serious issues peaking your body. And there's just one more thing before we go. Take a listen to what Chad had to say about Dennis James not bringing Ramy earlier. Because remember, Ramy was staying in Arizona at Dennis James' house weeks before the Olympia. So he wasn't overseas. He was only one state away. But why did Dennis hold him back?
Wait a second. Did I catch that right? He came in the Tuesday before the show?
Tuesday before the show.
Yeah, it's too late.
Fly in from? Where did he fly in from?
So he was in Phoenix, and so that was why they kind of decided to do that, because obviously it's, I mean, it's only, it's not that far, and so I mean, I think Dennis's thought was, hey, he's here, I can keep an eye on him. It's closer here, right? And I originally wanted him to come in on Sunday at the latest, and but Dennis was kind of like, he's here, he's settled in, we're only a few hours away, which I thought, okay, I get it, but at the end of the day, you still got to go to the grocery store and get this and that and get running around. And it's stressful, you know what I mean?
So the icing on the cake to this whole entire story, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but when Dennis James spoke about Big Ramy's placing, he said, I have nothing to do with Big Ramy's placing. Chad's the coach. He's in the driver's seat. I don't make any decisions. Well, that story kind of backfired on you, huh, Dennis? Chad is not trying to throw Dennis under the bus, but since I know the entire story, and I remember what Dennis said a few months ago, I'm telling you right now, Dennis making that decision to hold back Ramy was a really bad idea and could have cost Big Ramy the title. Let me know what you guys think below, but I don't agree with Dennis James making that decision over Chad, because he wasn't his coach, per Dennis James. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe, like the video, and make sure you guys drop a comment, because I would love to hear what you guys think of the video. Feedback is always welcome. And don't forget to check out Old School Labs at oldschoollabs.com and use my code NickBS to pick up Blast Max. See you guys soon.